EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. Henry running right. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Two things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Play action. It's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
They're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the...
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Acrisure. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Here's 2nd and 11. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. He'll get this to Henry. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. This is Henry on 2nd. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. And he's brought down for a loss. Working quickly here. Here's Jackson to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Look down, here's Jackson. And it falls incomplete. And their first drive won't end in points after all. He stopped, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That'll be the end of one in this AF. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They are facing second down deep on their own end. Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose. And this is picked up by the Ravens.
You know, in a situation like that, I mean, this is perfect situational football. Offensively, just get out of your own end zone. But those defenses, they can just smell it. It's like they chased it, and they know you've got your back against the wall. They're aggressive. They take the ball away. That is a win-win for this defense.
Receiver in motion, going left. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. And it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
He tucks it and takes off. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Play action now with Jackson. Has it in close. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add 1 on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Russ now from the gun. Into the hands of Pat Fryermuth. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's a Steelers first down.
First down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Wilson now, 1st and 10. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. And now they face 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
The Steelers calling their first time out. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Wilson now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Another throw for Fields. On the move, headed right. He's running for it. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Steelers trying to make some noise before halftime. Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Throw left is intercepted. Marcus Williams has it. And the Ravens have it after the turnover at the 33-yard line. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Chased out to his right. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Offense in the hurry up here. From the gun, Jackson. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. Now Jackson on 3rd down. That sails over his target, incomplete, and now it's 4th down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Finds a seam down the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Now the offense is going to take its third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw from Wilson. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that'll bring up second down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And he's out of bounds, a little short of the 10. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
They've run this 12-yard outright kick to combine all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Dicker connects there. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers will start with it in the 4th after an interception to end the quarter. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Now here's Russ. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And it's going to be second down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction. How well the defense had that one covered.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing again is Russ. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Wanted to get that one to Mike Williams. So now it's going to be third and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect you.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens bring it all the way back inside the red zone before he's finally hauled down.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. They get it right back. That's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. The 30. The 10. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back to the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. From the 32. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Steelers will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
We'll have them gain about a handful there, giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. from the 27. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing from the gun. Brought in close to the 8. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
You know, they call the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Working quickly here. Wilson now. He's got it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. They'll send him over right. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's in for the touchdown. The Steelers lengthen the lead at the end of the third. George Pickens the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers make it a 10-point ball game. Now Boswell on to send this away. This will end up as a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Got to it right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. That one intended for Mark Andrews. So they're left facing third and long. The gun. Here's Jackson. And they pick him off again. And the Steelers get it back as he intercepts him for the second time. They've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So we're through 3 here. It's the Steelers with the ball. They're leading, but not by a lot.